welcome to this episode of Crash Course, where we'll be learning about the Chinese Communist Revolution. In the early 1900s, Japan controlled China, and if you don't know where that is, right here where it says China and it's pink, that's China, right here. You're touching it. This is Japan. Chinese warlords were fighting for power in Japan at this time, which made the country a lot weaker. So, Japan took control of that and made 21 demands for China. Japan was given land in China previously owned by Germany in 1919. Eventually, this made people protest. This was called the May 4th movement, because it was on May 4th, and it was a movement. Hello. This started in Beijing with students and women protesting foreign rule. Wow. Thanks, Stan. There were large amounts of famine and poverty, which horrible for China at the time. Wow. Horrible. And the USSR was influencing people and training them in communism. People liked communism because it gave them a way out of poverty. 21.
But wait, how did the communists win?
I'm getting there, me from the past. Alright, listen up. In the 1920s, nationalists and communists joined together as one to take over the warlords that were in China. Terrifying. Wow. And then eventually the nationalists took over the government, which was led by Chiang Kai-shek. Right there, alright. They saw communists as a threat and started to push them, you know, out of the country. Oh wow, communists so bad. This started the long march that lasted from 1934. Shut up, Stan! Shut up! From 1934 to 1935. Retreating communists, respected villagers in town, Stan. They went through making people like them more, which gave communists more power because they had the support of the people. This support helped communists overthrow nationalists and chase their leaders out. You know, people like Chiang Kai-shek. I don't know how to say those names. I don't know. Thanks, Dan. Me from the past, what are you doing? Be paying attention. We're learning about communism. I wonder what would happen if I ever met Mao Zedong. Stan, what are you doing? Oh, hey Mao Zedong, I was just thinking about you.
That's so weird. I was just thinking about you, John Green.
Oh. Wow. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure thing.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, you know.
Well, I used to be a peasant. I didn't come from a wealthy family.
I see. Anything else you'd like to add?
I thought that we should find support not in the working class, but in the peasants, because they are more helpless and they're victims of the landlords and the taxes. And so I thought that they would be easier to, you know, control. They would be more of a follower, not really a leader. They'd be a follower. And
I see. So what's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color?
Mine's green. I'm gonna erase this. I don't want to like you anymore. I'm taking away this heart.
Okay.
So, Mel, how is China different?
Well, the communists promised to end foreign domination, which happened after the imperialisms and the colonies, and then after that, after the communists won and everything, it kind of turned into this.
I'm so sorry.
Well, after the communists took control, it turned into this communist one-party totalitarian state. I don't really know how that happened because communism is about equality, but it turned into this totalitarian state. And let's see, what else?
Alright, that makes a lot of sense.
And we didn't let them practice the isms, so like the Buddhisms and the Confucianism, we didn't let them practice any of that.
Oh,
so
all of the isms.
All of the isms, they were all gone. We thought the bourgeoisie were counter-revolutionaries. We thought that everybody had to be poor. So we would just kill all the bourgeoisie basically.
Oh, wow.
Or we would like put them in like a death camp basically. You know how it is. We would just...
Yeah, you just put them in death camp.
I mean, we don't really need them. You know what I mean? It's a good idea.
You don't need them.
We don't need them. We pulled in the peasants and their land to increase the productivity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say that? Is that how you Americans say that word? The productivity?
Yeah, that is how we say it.
I don't know. I'm really Asian, so I
real
don't...
Asian. Can you tell me a little bit about the Great Leap Forward and what is it?
Oh, well, the Great Leap Forward, that was a really great idea originally. On paper, it was a really good idea, but I don't know, it didn't end up working out.
What was it exactly? Before you tell me why it went wrong. What was it?
We wanted the agriculture to be more efficient, and we wanted the agriculture to be more efficient, so we created these communes, which are basically just a bunch of farms put together to make the agriculture more efficient. And it didn't really work out because the farmers weren't motivated or anything, and so they didn't really farm a lot. And then there was a famine because of the bad weather, and what else? What else, Shelby? Trying to remember how many people it killed. Do you remember how many people it killed?
It was like 55 million.
I just stopped counting after like 10. I don't really care that much. I thought it was a good idea, so I just stopped counting. So do you have any other questions?
I do. I have one more question. What is the Cultural Revolution?
Oh, the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution. That's the full name. So let's see. We got rid of all the bourgeoisie. Basically, yeah. Or the bourgeois tendencies, you know. We didn't want anybody to be rich, or we didn't want people to be... Everyone had to be the working class, even like the poor, so that there would be more money for me. Because it was really skewed towards me, because it was a totalitarian state, basically. That's pretty much what communism is. Answer it, Jamie!
Okay. Mr. Farr's room. Yeah, they're in the library. Bye.
So we also had these red guards, which were basically just teenagers, and they just killed a lot of people. So like we would have them attack people they thought were bourgeoisie. So basically that was a lot of people, and they just killed anyone that they thought like they would probably kill you because you look like a bourgeoisie.
Wow. Stan. Okay. Stan, why are you over there? You're supposed to be over there. My bad. I'll fix this. Stan, why would you throw that? What is wrong with you, Stan? No, it was you, Stan. I saw you throw it.
Who is Stan?
That is Stan right there.
I can't really see anything. You need the glasses because I can't. That's better. Now I can see things a little bit. It's still kind of black though. Everything you just see is black. Stan! Stop it! I think I have a headache.
Me from the past, what are you doing? We're trying to get an interview.
With the red guards, we had the teenagers killing the bourgeoisie, and basically they were, all the bourgeoisie or whatever they were publicly humiliated or beaten, or, you know, skilled workers too. It affected them too. They were sent to the rural parts of the country, and they were forced to do manual labor, like on the farms, and the camps a little bit, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
After that, the schools and the factories closed, and
so there's no education.
There's no education still, basically. We also had the slower economy, and there were lots of threats of a civil war, and all kinds of problems like that. After the Cultural Revolution, it just really changed all the China and the Chinese and all that. It changed it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Now I can see. I think that's all. Thank you. Wasn't that a great interview? Stan, how did you even get someone who died 30 years ago to come talk with us today? Wait, he's dead? The USSR and China were basically BFFs at one point, and Russia had help in China, but China started to hate Russia, so they pretty much broke up. And, Russia was we are never getting back together. Getting back to the way breakup of the USSR and China was caused by border disagreements. So, after the breakup of the USSR and China, America was like, dang, China's available! Let's be friends! With benefits. And by benefits, I mean, you know, because they wanted to, you know, tell the USSR, hey, I'm better than you. So, that's what I mean.
Obviously.
Also, America did not want the USSR to have any allies. So that's, you know, another benefit of dating China, basically. Right. So after Mao Zedong died, Deng Xiaoping took over China. He believed in defense. He believed in industry, science, defense, and agriculture. He allowed private property. He allotted land to peasants, and he got rid of communes. And factories were also more efficient. Do you have any thoughts, Bubble?
Democracy!
The people of Beijing want democracy, but Deng Xiaoping won't have it. He sent in troops and killed thousands. The world never looked at China the same way again. Their human rights are atrocious. Tiananmen Square, because it's square. What are human rights? The world may never know. China faces problems with overpopulation.
No baby for you! No!
Well, it looks like it's time for an open letter.
What can you do? No, I don't want to die! No!
What's in the closet? It's Obama! What? Okay, to Obama. Here's what your policy should be, okay? For, you know, China. We should allow trade between China and America and be friends, because that's very nice. And we should avoid controversy and war because, like, we don't want to, like, hurt them. And, like, we don't want to change, like, them and they don't want to change us. And, I mean, their government is kind of confusing. Like, I don't know if it's capitalism, communism. Like, make up your mind, China. Let's go. But we should leave them alone because they're going to be our friend. And I think, is that good?
Their shirting communists are actually sort of polite to the villagers and stuff, so people like them even more. Spread for the communists.
Kari's mean. What do you want me to say?
Who's Kari? This is Crash Course.
My name is John Green. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Because they wanted the USSR to not have allies, too.
Thank you, Stan.
I'm being Asian, Miss Bravar.
They face a problem with population growth, so they only allow families to have one.
Oh, I'm recording.
John Green? Mao? Where are you? Where are you at?